Hello, my name is David Halechko, and I'll be today interviewing a retired USW Gary Works union member. His name is Jim Halechko.
Thank you, David. Appreciate being interviewed today.
Alright. So, for the first question I have is for many who are wondering, what are the main benefits of joining specifically this union?
Well, one of the benefits that's most important is respect and dignity on the job. And that means that in a non-union environment, if you happen to have a manager that maybe doesn't like you based on appearance or gender, it can be pretty rough. So what we try to do is have respect and dignity on the job. And believe it or not, those things are negotiated out.
Alright. And what are the eligibility requirements for union members?
Well, eligibility is based on membership in the union. It's a qualification that if you are going to work at any of the USW facilities, that you are a member.
All right. And do you potentially help members trying to become part of this union?
Of course, one of the things that we work on is outreach. We work through Work One, which is basically your job search in the state of Indiana. Another area is, along with the union and the company, they will hire relatives, sons, daughters, granddaughters, grandfathers, who have been in the union previously.
All right. And how does the union advocate for better working conditions and benefits?
Good question. What happens is every 4 years, a contract will have to be met between the company and the union. So the union members go to the headquarters of Pittsburgh. That is the headquarters for U.S. Steel. And they sit down and they negotiate. They negotiate safety. They negotiate hourly wages. They negotiate health benefits. They also negotiate things that help the employee. If they have a death in the family or if they have a drug addiction, they can seek help through an employee portal called EAP.
All right. And can you explain the union's stance on overtime, pay, and work hours?
Sure. Well, when the union was first formed in 1937, there was a big struggle for an 8-hour work day. And what happened is the union had negotiated with the company over and over and over again since then. So after 8 hours, overtime is paid. And what ends up happening is if an employee does not choose to work past a 12-hour period, they can contact their union official, who then contacts the company to ask for release from the duty of the job after 12 hours.
All right. And what is the process for ratifying a new contract which is negotiated by the union? I know you were talking about going to Pittsburgh, but can you at least tell me the information that is possible within legality?
Right. Good question. What ends up happening is this. Before the union goes to Pittsburgh to negotiate the contract, they put out a search of what's important to the employee. Is it hourly wage? Is it health benefits? Whatever their concerns are. So the union works on behalf of the members and negotiates this out. Now, sometimes the company might not like everything, but the union works through a contract action team, which I was chairman for. And what that means is they have an opportunity to build relationships within their membership to have a strong voice.
All right. And can you provide examples of the successful outcome that union has achieved for its members in recent times?
Well, yes. Steel producing is cyclical. It comes in cycles. So during weak times, when steel production is not at its highest, what ends up happening is the union has to work along with the company, and they may not receive such high of an increase in pay. They might not be able to keep as many employees working. So they develop a relationship with the company to try to keep everybody working, as well as people that may be on layoff, that they have benefits. And those benefits are paid monthly stipend, not as much as they earn, but at least something to keep food on the table if there is a strike.
Do you potentially know what sector or district is part of U.S. Steel Gary Works?
Yes. U.S. Steel Gary Works is part of District 7, which covers Indiana, Illinois, and Wisconsin members. And I believe there's about 4,000 members. So it is with strength. It is with coordination and collaboration of all members working together to get a good contract.
All right. How does the union collaborate with other labor organizations or community groups around the area? Do they potentially, when they see a benefit for both unions working together with a strike, do they work together, or does U.S. Steel stay within its own boundaries?
Well, what ends up happening is contracts are negotiated at different times of the year. They're also contracted, their contract is up at, could be maybe 2 years apart. So what tends to happen is other U.S. Steel members, which is in plastic, oil, steel, and paper. If we need a fight, if we need to stand together, we can call on them. And then they will come and support us through rallies, through informational picketing. It really works well together. Now, they're all underneath the umbrella of the AFL-CIO. They are the main chapter of union activism.
And how does the union ensure accountability among its leadership?
Okay, very good question. I had mentioned that the contracts are negotiated every 4 years, but every 3 years we have elections, and we vote for our president, we vote for our district director, we vote for our vice president, we vote for our health and benefits coordinator, as well as our finance coordinator. So we hold them accountable by the vote.
All right.
Yeah.
How often, or more so speaking, how does the union communicate updates and news to its members? Is it through social media, or is it through potential steel newspapers?
Well, what ends up happening is while negotiations are taking place in Pittsburgh, the president of the unions contact their contract action team member. That chairman then sends the information through union meetings in the halls. And no, we don't use social media, because what we feel is if we're going to stay strong, it's better for us to stay strong within ourselves. Because sometimes through social media, you may have a company person that's on that social media site that they could basically have information that could hurt us through negotiations.
All right. Well, Jim, I thank you for your time today, and I hope for a nice retirement then.
Thank you very much.